Liverpool are once again heading into a crucial part of the season, facing a familiar and frustrating challenge: the Africa Cup of Nations. For more than a decade, the Reds have watched key players disappear mid-campaign to represent their countries, and this winter will be no different. Mohamed Salah, the man who has carried Liverpool through title races, cup finals, and European nights, will lead Egypt at the tournament in Morocco beginning on December 21st. His absence is guaranteed to hit Liverpool hard, even in a season where Salah himself hasn't quite reached his usual devastating standards under new manager Arne's slot. At a minimum, he will miss 3 matches. But if Egypt reach the final in Rabat on January 18th, he could miss 7, including huge tests against Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. This isn't new for Liverpool. They've been without Salah in both 2021 and 2023 during AFCON campaigns. And in earlier years, they've also lost Sadio Mane and Naby Keita during mid-season tournaments go further back, and you find absences such as Kolo Touré in 2015 and Usama Asaidi in 2013. For more than a decade, Liverpool's winter plans have been shaped by AFCON as much as by the Premier League. But this year, they're not alone. Manchester City will lose Omar Marmoush and Rayhan Ait-Nouri. Manchester United lose Brian Mbeumo, Amad Diallo and Noussair Mazraoui. Aston Villa, Brighton, Brentford, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, West Ham, Wolves, and yes, Tottenham Hotspur are also preparing to lose players to the tournament. Bournemouth, however, find themselves in a rare and unexpected position. Their informed forward Antoine Semenyo will not be leaving because Ghana shockingly failed to qualify for AFCON for the first time since 2004. A national powerhouse that reached at least the semi-finals in 8 of their last 16 appearances, now won't even feature at the finals. For the Cherries, it's a huge boost Semenyo stays available throughout the packed festive schedule. But it also opens the door to something more dramatic, a potential transfer. Liverpool have been tracking Semenyo since last season, viewing him as a possible long-term successor to Salah. Now, with Ghana out, Liverpool could strike in January without worrying about the player disappearing mid-season for international duty. He's also a homegrown player, a valuable detail, given Liverpool's recent squad registration problems. Semenyo's journey has been rapid. Born in Chelsea, raised through the Bristol City Academy, shining in the Championship before moving to Bournemouth in a £10 million deal engineered by Richard Hughes, the same Richard Hughes who is now Liverpool's sporting director. The connection is real, the interest is real. And with Liverpool able to register up to 3 new players for the Champions League knockout rounds, the timing could be perfect. But while Liverpool weigh up potential reinforcements, another record signing is still trying to find his feet. Florian Wirtz. Liverpool shattered their transfer record to bring the German playmaker to Anfield for an astonishing £116 million, and then went even further with a British record £125 million move for Alexander Isak on deadline day. Huge investments, huge expectations. But Wirtz, so electric at Bayer Leverkusen, has looked like a player still figuring out English football. 3 assists so far, 1 in the Community Shield defeat to Crystal Palace, 2 in the Champions League against Eintracht Frankfurt. But no real momentum. Arne Slot has rotated him in and out of the starting Situazica, still trying to identify his best role. Liverpool's inconsistency hasn't helped. A 3-0 defeat at Manchester City came just days after an impressive 1-0 win over Real Madrid. The pieces aren't clicking yet, the criticism has been loud. Germany manager Julian Nagelsmann defended Wirtz, insisting Liverpool's forwards simply haven't finished the chances he creates. Leverkusen's sporting director, Simon Rolfs, added that Wirtz is a total team player and that Liverpool simply aren't functioning collectively. Yet Newcastle's Nick Woltermaid, Wirtz's international teammate, echoed that view, saying the 22-year-old is heavily involved in the build-up, even if it isn't yet showing on the stat sheet. But then came the blunt verdict from Gary Neville after Liverpool's defeat to City. "He looked like a little boy out there," Neville said. "We've been tiptoeing around him for months. Yes, he's young, new country, new league. But he's £120 million. You have to stand up. He was thrown around the pitch by Nunes and others. He didn't bring the quality we expected. His performance was a real worry. Wirtz is a problem, let's call it what it. A harsh assessment, but Wirtz's potential has never been questioned. Liverpool simply need cohesion, structure and rhythm. 3 things that often arrive slowly after a summer of major changes, and that brings the story full circle. Liverpool face another winter without Mohamed Salah. Their rivals are losing stars to AFCON too. The transfer market is buzzing around Semenyo, and the club's most expensive signing ever is still adapting to the demands of English football. Arne Slot's first season at Anfield was never going to be simple, but the challenges he faces now could well define how far Liverpool go. Football is cruel. Sometimes, no matter how talented you are, the game just doesn't go the way you dreamt it. 2 young Liverpool stars, Harvey Elliott and Stefan Bajcetic, once seen as the future of Anfield, now find themselves fighting for form, fitness and relevance far away from the Klopp. Elliott's nightmare loan at Aston Villa has left him on the fringes of both club and country, and Bajcetic, once hailed as Liverpool's next great midfielder, faces an uncertain road back after injury heartbreak. This is the story of promise, pressure and painful reality, and what their journeys reveal about Liverpool's next generation in the post-Klopp era. It was never meant to happen like this. Harvey Elliott didn't want to leave Liverpool, not even temporarily, not even for more minutes. For a player who came through Fulham's ranks and joined the Reds as a teenager, Liverpool wasn't just an opportunity, it was home. Under Jurgen Klopp, he was part of the plan. 2 consecutive seasons with over 30 Premier League appearances, moments of magic, goals, assists, and most importantly, belief from the manager. But when Arne Slot arrived at Anfield in 2024, the atmosphere changed. Elliott wasn't dropped, but he wasn't trusted either. He was used sparingly, mostly from the bench. And as Liverpool's new system evolved, the 22-year-old began to feel what every young player dreads: uncertainty. "If I had it my way, I'd be here for the rest of my career," he told the Anfield Wrap in the summer. "I love everything about the club, but I need to be selfish. I want to go to the World Cup. I have big ambitions." It was honest, mature, painful. With a World Cup around the corner and competition for midfield places growing, Elliott needed minutes, so he took a gamble, a loan move to Aston Villa. On paper, it looked perfect. Villa were on the rise under Unai Emery, playing attacking football, competing in Europe, and offering a stage for young talent to shine. But within weeks, it was clear this was no fairy tale. Since joining in the summer, Elliott has played just 167 minutes across all competitions, 1 Premier League start against his former club Fulham, and a handful of brief cameos. 5 appearances, no rhythm, no confidence. He didn't even make the squad for Villa's last 3 league games, and although he was ineligible against parent club Liverpool, it's telling that he wasn't even close to selection otherwise. And here's the twist: if he makes 10 appearances, Villa are obliged to buy him for £30 million. He's currently on 5, and the club doesn't look like it's planning to get anywhere near 10. According to The Athletic, there's no recall clause, meaning Elliott is trapped in limbo. Liverpool can't bring him back early, and Villa aren't using him. A nightmare for any young player, especially one who wanted nothing more than to play football. Unai Emery addressed the issue bluntly. He is training well, and his commitment is fantastic. But some players are playing well as a number 10 Buendia, Rodgers, Barkley. It's only a tactical decision. That's the manager's public line. Privately, the situation feels more delicate. Mi Buendia's resurgence has been spectacular. 3 goals and 2 assists in 430 minutes. Morgan Rodgers has adapted brilliantly. Even Ross Barkley, reborn under Emery, has climbed above Elliott in the pecking order. For Harvey, that means watching from the sidelines. His dream of forcing his way into England's World Cup plans. Dead unless something miraculous happens in 2025. Football is full of sliding doors, moments. If Elliott had stayed at Liverpool, would he have played more? Maybe not much more, but he would have stayed in the rhythm, in the spotlight, in Arne Slot's mind. It's Villa out of sight has quickly become out of mind. It's not the first time this has happened. Talented young players eager for game time make logical moves that turn disastrous. Danny Drinkwater, Dele Alli, Donny van de Beek, names that echo a similar theme. But for Elliott, this hurts differently, because his numbers were good. Last season, he averaged a goal or assist every 111 minutes in the league, one of Liverpool's best records per minute. Yet somehow he found himself out of the frame. Arne Slot's system prizes positional discipline over spontaneity. Elliott's creativity and roaming instinct, once prized under Klopp, became tactical liabilities. The result? A player too adventurous for Slot, too peripheral for Emery. It's football's cruel middle ground, the space where potential meets politics. When England lifted the under-21 Euros, Harvey Elliott was supposed to be the next man up, a natural successor in the attacking midfield rotation, brimming with technical flair and self-belief. But while his teammate Alex Scott has climbed into the senior setup, Elliott has faded from contention entirely.